Hey, what's up, universe? It is 10:54 a.m. on today's gotta be Wednesday. Sorry, nope, Thursday. Yeah, I believe June 15th, 2023. My days are kind of all running together. So the inspiration for this is that the gentleman from Costa Rica hit me up this morning, and he expressed his concern for me, and I can appreciate where he's coming from. I have, my family, when I was speaking to them more, on my mom's side, I should say. And then also I've got, a friend that I've known since I was 4, so a long time, 40 years. And, he's expressed the same thing as I've gone through these different transformations, I should say, these different ordeals in my life. And I appreciate people's concern, and I just want to say it's not my intention at all with putting this out there or choosing these choices to raise anxiety in others. I've been living my life this way for over half my life. I started in the middle of college, right around when I was about 20, in the summer of 99. And that's when I started to really align myself with my inner truths, and really started my self-reflection journey. And it was the very beginning of my inner work, even though that wasn't like my intention at the time. That's when it started. And over the years, I've made a lot of choices that have put me in situations that have been very uncomfortable, simply because it's aligning myself with my truth. And there's a lot of things that I go against, like societal grains on. I go against tradition, and I go against a lot of what people think is possible, honestly. Things that I feel are limiting. And so I am known to enjoy finding where boundaries are and exploring. I definitely have a sense of adventure about myself. Now, that being said, it's not from a place of intentional recklessness. There's a real spirituality in this. There's a real finding out that exploration of those boundaries isn't just in our own mind and limiting beliefs or anything like that. It's also, or my limiting beliefs, it's about finding God, I think, honestly, finding the universe, finding the essence of life in every experience, and understanding my relationship to that. And that's definitely why I mentioned in my previous journal that this is definitely a journey of faith. And that's why that scene, I keep referencing it from the Indiana Jones and the Search for the Holy Grail. I'm like, that scene has always stuck with me ever since I first saw it. When I was a child, I was like, yeah, that's a powerful scene. And so I'm putting it out there, all of this, my whole journey, because I've definitely been asked, people are curious, about what things look like for me, or how I do things, or that kind of a thing. And so I'm like, well, if you would like to know, this is it. This is what it looks like. And one of the things I will admit that has frustrated me along the journey, and that I'm still even right now learning to let go of, is I'm going through it, right? I'm the one living it. And so there's I've had things expressed to me about fear, and I'm like, dude, I get it. I'm the one that has these things, that I'm that I'm managing and working through. I chose them, right? Okay, so like that's part of the reason like I'm not, this is definitely where it feels like ego, where my ego wants to have like a form of recognition, right? Where it's like, yo, like I'm the one going through it. And then there's like, you know, my higher self being like, you want a cookie, bro? Like you fucking chose that. Like, so it's a little funny in that regard. So I'm just saying that because I can definitely appreciate people's anxiety around it. I can appreciate the fear that it may inspire. And that's not, my intention is not to bring that into people's lives, right? My intention is to demonstrate what my life is like. And if people, you know, I've definitely had a friend or two be like, how do you do that? You know what I mean? Like, how does that work? And I'm like, well, it's a process, man. Like, best way I can ever show you is to show you. You know what I mean? So I'm just putting it out there for whoever this lands with, honestly, and just for my own record, so to speak. Again, like, I'm treating this as my own open source project, using my life as an open source project. Take from it what you will and what lands with you. And yeah, and it's interesting too, like I've definitely had a lot of people tell me that I inspire them, and that's a humbling thing, honestly, to be an inspiration for people. Like that's a really big deal. That's an honor. So I'm grateful for that. And the thing that kind of just inspires me is that this is a limitless place. You know, there's creation all around us in an infinite number of forms in every single moment. So in my mind, like, you know, it's just like this house. I had $100 in my bank account, rent's $5,500. How many people out there would allow themselves to go ahead and look at a house in that particular situation? I don't know. There's some, you know, but like how many people wouldn't? And to my mind, I'm like, that's putting a limitation, right? That's putting a limit on what's possible. No, man. No. I'm not having that in my life. I'm not having that. Like for me, I'm like, I've seen way too many things of like potential and like things where I'm like, what? To decide that I'm going to start limiting the limitless. You know, I already know that I do limit the limitless in my own way. You know what I mean? Like I definitely have limitations in my mind, for sure. It's just that I work on, for me, that's where those boundaries come in, right? I like to explore where those are. Where are those limitations? Where did that limitation come from? Is that my own limitation? Like, did somebody tell me that? Did I pick that up from somewhere? Is it a real limitation? Is that boundary a healthy boundary? Is it an unhealthy boundary? Like these kinds of things. So through that kind of exploration, there's a lot of renovation that happens because I find things that aren't true for me, that were disempowering and limiting, or I find things where I'm like, damn, I needed to have a boundary so that could be defined so that I could become more empowered. And so it's a constant, it's under construction, man. You know what I mean? It's always under construction. But there could be a level of stability that could come with that, and I've been calling that in. So trust me. And I've had a coach tell me that. They're like, Zach's gonna get tired of the up and down eventually, and I'm like, yeah, I could go for a more stable baseline for sure. So I've been calling that in. I feel like this is, in this particular sense of like what I've been going through as far as like the financial side of things, I feel like this is probably like the last of that kind of ride that I'm going on. Yeah, for some reason I feel like that's true. So anyway, I'm just putting that out there. I appreciate you guys being with me. I appreciate you allowing me to have space in your life and time, and giving me your attention and your focus. All right. Thank you very much. I love you guys. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.